Oh, I feel so much better than last week. Yes. Welcome to part 3 of Cody's Guide to Going Freelance. In part 1, I told you my story. In part 2, I told you the realities of being freelance. And today, I'm gonna tell you how to successfully become freelance. I wanna help you go from that spot that you're in right now to being full-time freelance. Let's spend just a second talking about this transition. There are a few different ways to go about it. Number 1, if you have a job right now, you could stay in it a little bit longer, save up some money, side hustle style, get some clients. That way when you leave, you've got something to stand on. Number 2, you could see if that client that you're working with would be willing to keep you on freelance and they could become your first client. The third way to make the transition is something that I call the hybrid. And this might be specifically for somebody that's sitting idle right now, like somebody that's just leaving school or has recently left their job, or somebody that knows they need to leave their job. What this is an opportunity to keep a foot in both worlds. On this side, you're still applying for jobs. You're going the normal American route. You've done your resume, you're sending it to companies. But the cool thing is that while you're waiting on all this to stew, because you know it takes a long time, you're going after it on this side. You are finding new clients, you're messaging companies and seeing if you can do miscellaneous things for them. And what's really cool is that you get to watch both of them. A really great opportunity might pop up in the real job world, but what I think you're gonna see is that your freelance stuff has an opportunity to trump that, and it's just cool to be able to see both and not have to fully commit right off the bat. You can just have a foot in both worlds and see how it goes. The fourth way to make the transition is cold turkey. You just go for it. You just quit your job. You know you're not supposed to be there, and you just know that you're gonna work hard enough to make it happen. Okay, now I wanna spend the rest of the video talking about how to be successful once you've made that transition. Number 1, create a portfolio of work that represents what you want to do, not necessarily things that you have done. Fake it until you make it. You only wanna put things in your portfolio that you'd wanna get hired for. So therefore, it doesn't even matter if it's real. It doesn't need to be something from your previous job. Just put something in there that represents what you want to get hired for. Number 2, do some soul searching and find that thing about you that separates you from everyone else. I made a video a few months ago talking about how if you look like everyone else in your target market, you're not gonna be selected. But if you stand out, if you're willing to be weird and go separate yourself based on that thing that makes you unique, you have a really good chance of winning. Number 3, meet somebody new every week. Every single week. You cannot go a week without meeting somebody new. It's so easy to tuck yourself in your apartment or home and to not come out or to just talk to people online. Don't. It doesn't count. You need to be meeting people in person every single week, whether you're reaching out to them on LinkedIn to get a meeting or Instagram or whatever. You need to find a way to go to meetups. Meeting people is the number 1 reason for my success as a freelancer. Hands down, the greatest thing I ever did was start meeting people every week. Another thing I want to say about this, meeting people, it doesn't matter the type of person. It could be somebody that's a science major at a university, or it could be somebody that is a NASCAR driver. It doesn't matter what they do. The most important thing is that you're having conversation, you're keeping your communication skills alert, and who knows where that connection is gonna go down the road. It just spider webs. It's just very interesting how meeting one person can lead to meeting 10 other people and can lead to one crazy great opportunity down the road. Number 4, set attainable goals. You can just tear yourself to shreds if you set overzealous goals. If you set a goal and you fail at it, and then you set another goal and you fail at it, and you set another goal and you fail at it, you just start thinking that you're a failure. So you have to start finding attainable goals that you can start winning. Like you have to start setting goals that are tiny, just so that you can check it off and say that you were victorious over that goal. Number 5, make one small change every month. Whether it be a banner image on your Facebook page or your email signature or the font on your website, make one small change that just makes your overall brand better. It gets so discouraging when you're starting out and you look at all the work that you've done and you say, oh, this just doesn't feel good. But the answer is not to scrap everything and to start all the way over. You just want to make incremental changes to make it better. One of my best friends, John Schumacher, is amazing at this. Every time I'm talking to him, he's thought of some way to make a specific area of his brand better. Number 6, this goes hand in hand with number 1, but do work that pays less and teaches more. There are some amazing opportunities to make a lot of money in freelance. You can really make some great money in freelance, but there's a caveat because some of those big companies or some of those opportunities will pay well, but you'll not be working towards something that you want to get good at. A lot of times I recommend that you take smaller projects that are going to teach you amazing things and prepare you for the years to come, because this is a journey. You're not looking for instant success in this thing. You're looking for a sustainable future. Number 7, you're almost never totally in trouble. There's always a $200 project out there for you. And that gives you a lot of peace of mind. That's why knowing a lot of people is very important, because if you have one of those months where you're just like, holy moly, I'm not going to make it, you'll know somebody that needs something done for $200. And that is what can sustain you through those awkward times. Number 8, my final point is to stay current. If you can stay up on the technology, on the trends, on the styles that are happening within you and the industries that you're working in, you're going to be so sought after. So you just need to find your resource for staying current and just really commit to looking at it every day. Truthfully, I have a million other things I could talk about, but this is a good start. Maybe we'll do this again next year or something, but I really, really hope this has been helpful for you. And just remember, next week in part 4, I want to answer questions that you might have as somebody that's interested in going freelance. So would you please send me some of those questions? I got some really good ones this last week, but I'm hoping to have even more. So I'll be on the lookout for your questions. Again, I hope this was really helpful. If you have any ways that you would make it better, let me know. Always up for some feedback. I hope you have a really great week. I will see you next Tuesday.